Ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars fans and collectors, this is the not so vintage nerd, VC316 Princess Leia Organa. I know she's been anticipated by a lot of people in the DVC community, and for good reason. This is the first time in 20 years that this card back, this Princess Leia on a vintage card back, was done with this specific outfit and everything. But this is also the first Princess Leia with all the modern articulation in some capacity. Now, this is an advantage and a problem. Now, the advantage is because, well, you get more of the dynamic posing that you would want, but because they went for a sculpted robe instead of the soft goods, there are some issues with it, that is for sure. Now, what can we say good about the figure? Well, let's find out. First off, I want to talk about the card back. This is the, well, pretty much the original image, and I do wish they could use a different image, specifically a more high-res version of the moment before she got stunned by the stormtrooper, when she had the sidearm. That was just a good shot of Princess Leia before she got captured. A good female empowerment moment, let's be honest, but it was a good shot of Princess Leia, specifically Carrie Fisher in their breakout role. It's just a shame that now we talk about this figure. It's been almost 8 years since she passed away, and this is now the best figure that we have of her character. It's kind of sad, really, when we think about it, but it is what it is. So this is on a pretty much a vintage style card back of the Star Wars original film. You can see the Hildebrand in the corner. I hope this is not a scratch. No, this is not a scratch. Okay, this is just a start. Thank you. So yeah, pretty much been taught guard on this one. I'm happy about that. And of course, I have an open unit, and let's check it out. And there she is out of the packaging. As you can see, this is pretty much this figure itself. Before we show off the figure itself, I want to show you the side blaster. So this is the pistol that she used in her second appearance on film. So that was the side pistol that she used against the stormtrooper before she gets stunned. We have the E11 stormtrooper blaster without the flashlight part, which is on the VC231. So you even have a bit of a painting, gray painting right there. That's pretty good. And we have the hood piece, which you can actually swap with the hood piece right there, which is the a peg that is used. Yeah, we have peg hole on the back, perfectly covered up with the hood piece right there, and you have a hooded Princess Leia without using soft goods. So that's great. That is absolutely fine for this. So for scale comparison, we have the Stormtrooper. This is VC231. So as you can see with the Stormtrooper blaster right there, we have the flashlight. This is not accurate, but it's not a big deal. So this should have been the blaster. And for comparison with the with another release that came out at the same time, the Stormtrooper actually did. No longer Walmart exclusive. Thank you. And we have Darth Vader, VC334, the A New Hope Vader. This is gonna be the next video, by the way. And there we go. So he has a bit of trouble standing, but that's my mouse pad. My apologies. There you go. So in terms of scaling, it's actually pretty good. Like, yeah, this is how it should be. So the accuracy when it comes to the scaling, it's pretty spot on with Leia. That's great. Now the one problem with the overall figure itself, I would say this is the articulation themselves. So I'm gonna just remove the hood piece so I can actually show you the articulation. She can look down, but not too much. Can look up, not too much. It's still possible to do some nuanced poses because of the double barbell. Well, the interpretation of a double barbell that Hasbro can do, because it's not always good. So you have, of course, the shoulder, no problem with that. Way over 90, actually. It's pretty good, actually. You won't need that on Leia. so that's fine. It's usable. The shoulders, I would say, look pretty weird. So depending on the angle, depending on the rotation, it's not the best thing ever. I will be honest. It's serviceable, but it's not great. You have swivel at the wrist, but no hinges. Unfortunately, because some of the female characters unfortunately have smaller wrists, which is odd because Bo-Katan it worked. So not really much of a crunch, even with the legs. I'm gonna show you that. So it's kind of difficult. She has trouble bending. So any photo that you're gonna do with R2D2, that's gonna be difficult. Let's be honest. It's not the best, but it's serviceable. It's just not for posing. The proof is that it's all sculpted. So yes, she has the modern articulation. It's kind of hard to see, but she has it. I mean, she even has rocker ankles, which is almost a miracle at this point on the plastic that Hasbro reuse sometimes. But when they go all in, they can go all in. So it's kind of a mixed figure for the articulation, I will be honest. But when it comes to the overall presence on the shelf for the Rebel Alliance, that is for sure that's going to deliver. But it's not great. That is for sure. It's good for possibility. It's good. It's serviceable. Now, the reason why it is special for most people is because it is the first time in 20 years that we got this outfit in the vintage collection, or even the vintage original trilogy collection. And yes, she can hold the E11 just pretty well, actually, with the trigger finger in hand. So you just gotta work it out a little bit. Just put some effort. And there we go. We have Leia with the E11. Now I should actually put the wood piece back because, of course, there we go. This is your full princess right there with a bit of a lack of focus as usual. So there we go. Princess Leia. Your VC316 should have been 300. And there you have it, VC316, a Princess Leia Organa. Now, as a overall package, it's not too bad. It's an okay figure, I would say, but it's the character that matters here, and as a character, Princess Leia is fundamental to the Star Wars franchise. She is important. She is the leader of the Rebel Alliance in some ways. She pretty much is, as we all know, the sister of a specific character, and her father, we already know who he is. There's just a lot of special stuff about this figure. Of course, the card back being the original, but I would have preferred a much more original image this time around. But the whole package, the presence, the character, this is what matters in this release. It's an okay figure of a great character, that is for sure. It could have been maybe better. It's fine, it's serviceable, but if you're a card collector, so you just want the best representation of Leia, well, this is right there. I don't think there's ever was a great figure of her until now. Just looking at the Galactic Figure website and all the archives and everything, it's not great, and especially not in the Power of the Force era of figure. That was just, oh boy, we don't talk about it. But yeah, this is pretty much a love letter to Leia, essentially, from Hasbro, the team at DVC. Definitely not the best figure of the year for sure. When we have Close Commander Rex, Kanan Jarrus on the horizon as well, and of course Count Dooku. I'm not gonna get all the figures this year. It's not my priority. I don't think I can have Kanan yet. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up. I wish there was a better Ezra Bridger, but and there you go. This is gonna be great with Hera Syndulla, Sabine, and Ahsoka. That is for sure among my female Star Wars action figures. But yeah, I wanted a good Leia, and this is pretty much what I'm gonna keep. So yeah, hopefully more on the way. VC334 coming up. So this was the Not So Vintage Nerd signing out.